Our top story, President Pranab Mukherjee has given the nod to Delhi Lieutenant Governor Najib Jung to explore the possibility of government formation in the state, leaving it to his discretion to invite the BJP, the single largest party in the 2013 polls, to form government. However, today the Supreme Court, a short while ago, pulled up the centre and the LG over the delay in government formation in the capital. It said in a democracy, a president's rule cannot go on forever. The hearing in the matter is still underway in Delhi. There have been several reactions to these developments, with the Aam Aadmi Party saying it's making a joke out of democracy. Now, Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal tweeted, "How will the BJP form government? They don't have the numbers. Why don't they just call elections?" The BJP is running away from elections because they are dead scared of losing in Delhi.
मनीष जी, लगभग साफ हो गया है कि दिल्ली के राज्यपाल अब बीजेपी को सरकार बनाने के लिए बुलाने वाले हैं। तो ऐसे में अब आपकी क्या रणनीति होने वाली है आगे?
देखिए, हम तो पहले से खुलासा कर रहे हैं कि कैसे 20-20 करोड़ विधायक खरीदने की कोशिश कर रही थी बीजेपी। अब जब वो नाकाम रह गई तो इसने अपने केंद्र में सरकार होने का दुरुपयोग करके, ये अवसर अगर ऐसा आता है तो केंद्र में सत्ता का दुरुपयोग है ये, क्योंकि जब आपके पास 32 थे तब आपने सरकार नहीं बनाई है, वो 29 में सरकार बना रहे हो और राज्यपाल का दुरुपयोग कर रहे हो आप। एलजी साहब को ऐसी क्या जल्दबाजी है? विधानसभा भंग करके 70 की 70 विधानसभा सीटों पे चुनाव करके इनकी सरकार बनवा देते। अगर इन्हीं की बनवानी थी, अगर इनकी बननी है, जनता तय कर लेगी। पर ये सारी की सारी चीजें अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल होती चली जा रही हैं। और मेरा सिर्फ ये मानना है कि अगर इस तरह से सरकार बनती है खरीद फरोख्त करके, तो ये ईमानदारी की सरकार नहीं होगी, ये तो खूब लूटेगी दिल्ली को आने वाले समय में। अगर ये खबर सही है कि प्रेसिडेंट साहब ने अनुमति दे दी है, तो हमने तो प्रेसिडेंट साहब को भी कहा था, हमने एलजी साहब को भी रिक्वेस्ट किया है कि साहब ये देखो, खरीद फरोख्त करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, 29 विधायकों के दम पे 70 विधानसभा वाले, उसमें सरकार नहीं बन सकती, उसके लिए तो 36 विधायक चाहिए।
Mr. Arvind Kejriwal's politics is a politics of shooting and scooting. We had seen that public in Delhi had given Mr. Arvind Kejriwal a kind of mandate where Mr. Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party had formed a government in Delhi along with the support of Congress. But ironically, in a hurry to become the Prime Minister of the country, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal left the people of Delhi in a limbo and rushed to Varanasi. But when he was taught a lesson throughout the country, today he has rushed back to Delhi and is expecting that people of Delhi would support him, which would not be the case.
And we spoke to Congress's Sandeep Dixit as well for a reaction to these developments.
The LG sought President's advice and the President has given it now, saying that the single largest party in Delhi should be invited to form the government. With us, Congress leader Sandeep Dixit. Sir, how would the Congress party respond to this?
See, I don't want to comment on the President or the LG, but I would think that it's not something that I'm happy about. I don't think the BJP has a majority, and if they prove it on the floor of the House, we all know what could have gone behind that.
What?
I mean, anything. You could have seen some of the sting operations that took place. You saw the way AAP has been trying to form its own majority. So both these two large parties have been in all kinds of machinations in the past 5-6 months. Who they could have vitiated, which MLA may have been influenced by something we don't really know. Because please remember, there is always a tendency among sitting MLAs not to have another election. And therefore any kind of pull or pressure could have worked on them. But and my other thing is that in case BJP really had a majority, what were they doing for the past 6-8 months?
But I'd like to ask you another question. Is there any concrete proof that, you know, all these allegations that are coming up of horse trading?
No, there isn't. There isn't. It's from our experience of the past. And ultimately, you become suspicious of something or you suspect something because there is a past to it. And therefore, our assumption would be that something could have happened. My other thing is, if it is really a change of heart by certain MLAs, why hasn't it happened in the past 8 months? We haven't had a government since February.
So why do you think that is? That's a valid point that you're raising, that, why now and now over the last...
LG and President, I can understand they must have gone through a process. But if the BJP today accepts that invitation, if it does, I don't know what they will do. My thing is, what has changed in the last 6-8 months for them to accept this invitation today?
All right, well, let's go across to Sunil Prabhu now for more on this. So, Sunil, lots of developments taking place. The President giving his nod for the LG to go ahead and use his discretion to form government in Delhi. Meanwhile, the case also going on in the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court coming down heavily on the centre and the LG for leaving Delhi in a limbo and saying that President's rule cannot go on forever. What are you hearing?
Well, that's right. Clearly, I think the focus and the tenor in which the CJ has spoken is clear that, in the run-up to every time the Constitutional Bench hearing this matter, there are reports that come in the newspapers as well as in TV channels about the fact that the stage is set for a formation of the government, that the president has given the go-ahead to allow the single largest party, as was conveyed today by the additional Solicitor General, and of course the LG's lawyer himself saying that you can't fix a time frame. What we have been able to understand right now is that the focus will be on those by-elections where the BJP will be contesting, and they hope to gain out there, and that's the reason why they will use that as a moral stepping stone to go ahead and form the government, and they would wait for the outcome of those by-elections that take place in the next few days, which the Election Commission has announced. So that's the backdrop in which the government is looking at things. The stage was always set for the single largest party. As I explained earlier, the president had given the go-ahead, but there is of course a caveat to that, that yes, you can call the single largest party, provided he or she who is the leader of that party will be able to have the confidence on the floor of the House in terms of the test of numbers. So that's clearly the backdrop on which the president has given the go-ahead to form a popular government, as they call, from Rashtrapati Bhavan. How that popular government will be formed, because clearly it was a fractured mandate, and ever since the AAP party decided to put in its papers and resign, and of course, as Mr. Sambit Patra puts it beautifully, to try for the Prime Minister's post, there was clearly a vacuum that was created, and Delhi has been without a government for the last 9 to 10 months. So it's in this backdrop that we will have to wait and watch and see how things evolve, especially since the Supreme Court is hearing this matter. But nevertheless, the decks are cleared. Whether the BJP parliamentary party, because we know quite clearly there is a divided house within the BJP on this. There is a clear section, especially among the top BJP rung leadership, which is clear that they don't want, they would like to have one way or the other an election. And then there's of course another faction which includes and significant amongst them are the MLAs, who believe that they don't want an election because it will definitely affect their fortune. So it's in this backdrop that the BJP parliamentary party will have to take a final call. And what we have been made to understand is that they will wait for that by-election results to give them a moral booster before they try to stake claim for forming a government in Delhi.
Right. Thanks so much, Sunil, for joining us with those latest developments. And let's also now go across to NDTV's Rahul Srivastav and find out what he's hearing from the BJP. Rahul, is the BJP going to take this opportunity? What are you hearing?
Gargi, what we can say now, that given what the Supreme Court has said and the developments over the last few months, we can say that the BJP, if invited by the Lieutenant Governor in Delhi to form a government, despite the lack of numbers, will explore the possibility of forming a government in Delhi before the situation comes to a point where the House has to be dissolved. The BJP top leadership has given its nod to government formation, explored the possibilities to its Delhi unit, and the leaders like Nitin Gadkari and Mr. Rajnath Singh, who have been dealing with the Delhi affairs. The BJP game plan seems to be now that the BJP, if invited, will form the government, will go to the floor of the House, because the Lieutenant Governor eventually will ask the government to prove its majority. There, the BJP will try to say that the BJP has tried to form a government, try to give Delhi a government, avert the elections, and will try to create a situation in which Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, forcing them to vote against the government. What the BJP realizes that it does not have the numbers, but if the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress get together to bring down the government on the floor of the House during a trust vote, the BJP can then go back to the public in Delhi that it is the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress who have worked together. First, they could not run a government, and Aam Aadmi Party abandoned the government midway. And then when the BJP tried to form a government and give a government to Delhi, then the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party have gone ahead and brought it down. This is the game plan which the BJP is going to pursue in the coming days. What will be crucial is from here on that if the BJP does get the invite and it explores the possibility of forming a government, what will happen on the floor of the House? Will the Congress MLAs and Aam Aadmi Party MLAs, as the BJP also MLAs don't want elections, there might be some sections who don't want elections. And if also the BJP does agree to form a government, who will be the chief minister, given the fact that Mr. Harshvardhan is now the health minister of the country? And the sum total of the news which is emerging from the BJP is that if invited to form a government by the Lieutenant Governor, given the kind of strong words from the Supreme Court, now the BJP is ready to explore the possibilities of forming a government in Delhi.
All right, Rahul Srivastava there bringing us the latest from the BJP, and of course the entire matter is also being heard by the Supreme Court currently. Thanks so much, Rahul, for joining us with that.